All right, welcome to episode 18 of our class story only bonus XP playthrough. We'll go ahead and get our timer started here. So we have just finished up Voss. We have to go to Coruscant to continue the mission. Let's go ahead and clean up. We can't take these off anymore. We've hit our daily abandon level, which I was not aware was a thing, but we have abandoned so many missions in grabbing all of the heroics for travel purposes that it will no longer let us abandon missions today. It's a daily limit from the warning we got, so we will go through and clean them up tomorrow. We have Corellia left. So what are we trying to do here? So we are using only the class missions to see how fast we can level through from zero. All right, so we have to speak to senators. I'm going to assume in the Senate Tower. I don't see anything else, so let's jump back to the Senate Tower. Oh, where are we at? Yeah, we're in the spaceport. All right, so let's jump over to the Senate Tower and see what happens. I can't imagine the senator. Let's just to be safe. Let's go take a look at this. Yeah. Okay. Yep, we're good. So we'll quick travel up to the Senate Tower. Okay, so where were we? We were talking about we are doing only the class missions, and we're stacking every XP boost that we can. So it is a double XP event going on right now. And so that gives us 200% right there. We are wearing a set of armor that gives us another 50% bonus. We are using the major experience boost, which is a 25% boost. So that helps a lot. We are in a guild that has a 15% XP bonus. So we use that as well. The guild's currently running a 7% XP bonus boost on the guild ship. So we're using that as well. And for class and exploration missions, we actually have another 30%. So that's why we're doing only the class missions to try to maximize the XP. We also did another version of this where instead of just doing the class missions, we went ahead and went through and did everything on the planet. So starting on the starting planet all the way through, we did all the side missions, the story missions, pretty much everything that the planet had to offer to see how fast you can actually level that way. All right, Garza's back in her office. So that series is also available. And then we will do a conclusion video between the two just to kind of compare the differences between them. So we're keeping track of how fast we level. Every 15 minutes, we're trying to take a reading on how much experience we've gained. And then we're going to plot that out and see. I can say, again, not to be spoiler driven, it has been, whoa, I think we blew right past where we needed to be. We have actually leveled slower doing it this way. We're already more episodes in than we were there as well, so that should be relatively obvious. All right, we're not going to directly travel. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to talk in our holo terminal, so we will go up to our ship. So we're already more episodes in now. We haven't leveled as fast, but on the flip side, we will be completing the story. So if that's important to you and collecting the companions and stuff, you have to decide which one is doable. What we were trying to prove is that it's possible to not have to do every single side quest, every single mission in order to stay current in the leveling. And we have more than done that. If you look at where we're at level wise, we're already 68. Originally, you would finish Corellia with 50 at level 50. So the fact that we're so far over, we are definitely keeping things moving forward. But I don't think we're going to make it to 75. Now that is just in the original planets. You know, there's tons and tons of stuff to do. We haven't done Ilum, we haven't done Makeb, Oricon. There's whole chapters of the story So plenty and plenty of opportunity to actually level up. But the original challenge was to see if we could do it in the original story. So let's take a look and see how this concludes. So we probably have 1, maybe 2 episodes left as we go around Corellia and finish this up. And then we'll take stock and see where we're at. At that point, we'll decide what is next. One could argue that Ilum was in the original game. And so we might go ahead and continue on to Ilum just to see if that gives us enough to get to 75. I'm predicting, I think we're at 68 right now. I'm thinking we'll hit 70, maybe pushing on to 71 by the time that we finish Corellia, but not much more than that. I don't think 75 is within our grasp. Yeah, we're almost 69. We're at 68 right now. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and push our way through Corellia, and then we'll decide what we want to do. Now, we have done this in the 2 most extreme ways. Do only class missions and do everything. Obviously, there are lots and lots of different combinations that you could fall into there. So, would we have hit 75 if we would have done only class missions and maybe some heroics, or only class missions and the story missions for the planet itself? I think absolutely. I think that's stuff that we could have easily done. If we just would have fought more things, we probably could have got there as well. Okay. You'll notice that I went ahead and grabbed the heroics. We do that to try to save ourselves travel time. If we grab the heroics, we can often jump around the planet using these quick travel buttons for areas that we haven't been to yet. So that's why we grabbed those. I mentioned in the last episode, I did not know this was a thing. There is a daily limit on how many missions you can abandon, and we hit that today. We've been grabbing the heroics on pretty much all the planets and then just abandoning them when we leave the planet. And I think when we wrapped up Belsavis, we hit that limit. So now we just are hiding them until we can turn them off tomorrow. So let's take a look. Oops, wrong key. Yeah, we've got some from Voss, one from Belsavis. So that's where we're at there. We probably should, though. Let's go ahead and use up our available skill point. That is something that we definitely want to do. We'll grab that just to make our healing a little bit stronger as we work our way through stuff. Okay. Time to do some talking. Looking for the instance area. Always look for those nice green doors.
I'm not saying what
And let's see what we can do here. Alright, that's a nice little bump of experience. That's nice. Alright, where are they going to send us off to? Okay, that appears to at least be in the same area. Unfortunately, it also appears that we have to travel all the way down there. So I think if we go out the north side, we should be able to drop down. No heroic close to it, so out we go. I've mentioned this before, but it's definitely worth repeating. The game was designed to give you things to do along the way. So you'll notice, we're skipping some of these missions here. So these big long travel sections that we end up having to do, the original game gives you things to do in between. So that's kind of the way the pacing of the game is designed. But when we're skipping all of that, you do spend some time doing exactly what we're doing here. So let's see, we were at 40 minutes and 15 seconds. Let's see how much time we spend just traveling. Alright, that is something I did miss. We are going to quick travel back. There is a bonus in there, and I didn't see it. I wondered why that entrance lit up. Alright, where is it at? It's in there. So let's go ahead and do that. Like I said, we need as much XP as we can get. So this is definitely worth a second look. That is one of the issues that you'll run into if you do exactly what I'm doing here, where we keep skipping all the stories. You don't pick up on the things it tells you to do, but how much was that worth? Yeah, 139,000. Worth the trip back. All right. We are going to set a new timer point here for our travel, though, just to kind of see how long that's going to take us. All right, so my original goal, I thought I could get through this in 8 hours. We've obviously blown past that. All right, we're at 41:49. Not sure. I'm thinking we might be closer to 10 by the time we get to 75. There is a slim chance that we would actually finish Corellia in 9, but I don't think that's going to happen either. I think we're going to end up having to do a final Corellia episode, so we will see. I think Corellia has a lot of missions, so yeah, my list says 6 class story missions, so it might be one of those that also gets us some more levels, which will be nice. All right. So that's our first minute of traveling, or we haven't done anything. Well, probably a minute and a half, I think, to get down there. We'll see. Now, I wouldn't recommend playing this way if you want to enjoy the game, enjoy the story. We're doing this more as just a thing to test out. If you want to completely maximize the speed at which you level, I'll air quote level there, you can buy an item that will automatically create a brand new character at level 60. I think it's 65 or 70 now. So that's the way you should probably go. Not spending all day grinding out a character through stories. But if you are playing the game anyway, and not necessarily trying to do it for speed, I did want to provide the information that says, you know what? Yeah, I've played through 8 Sith or 8 Republic characters, and I no longer want to do all those side quests. Can we actually just skip those and do just the stories, just the class story? So yes, I think you can. This is the most extreme version with all of the XP buffs. I think you could also do this without an XP weekend, and you could probably pull this off as well. If you were doing that, though, I would guess you would probably have to also do like the planet stories or something like that, or supplement your experience with something like the heroics, because that's going to take out probably, let's call it, a third of the XP that we're gaining in doing this. So that would definitely slow you down a bit. Now, if you want to slow down just a little bit and actually play the game and enjoy it a little bit, you're probably also going to do more combat and different things like that, which would help your leveling. All right, once we get this guy, we are going to go ahead and do a quick level check. We are level 69 at the 15-minute mark. We have 447,121 towards 70. So the thing I do like about MMOs in general, the style of play is they're definitely designed to let you play the way you want to play. So if you want to power level through the stories, you can do it. If I've heard a lot of players that really enjoy PvP, they'll jump in, they'll do the first couple of planets because that gets you your ship. I got to finish Coruscant or Dromancos to get the ship, and then after that they don't touch anything else. They just do PvP. So that is definitely a way to go as well. I think we have to fight everything out here. It's part of the main mission. So that's definitely an option. There is a 30% buff for PvP as well. So that exists. There's also one for flashpoints. So if you would want to do flashpoints, you could do it that way. Space missions, I wouldn't try to level that way. You could level completely through GSF. That would be an option. I know some players that might actually do that. All right, I think there's one more on the platform up here. And we've cleared everything. So there's definitely options. Play the way you want to play, I guess is what I'm saying. Don't let other people tell you you're playing wrong. Just play different. I don't think I would ever play this way if I weren't doing it to collect the data. It doesn't feel that productive, but I did want to find out if it was possible, and so that curiosity is driving me forward. All right, let's see what they tell us to do next. Ooh, I think we got a dark side choice in there. All right, where is it sending us to? Okay, so we're staying in this area. Again, I don't see anything close, so we're gonna have to travel out. I don't know where he came from. Oh, there were some more people back there. So. All right. So 47:46 will be our time stamp to see how long it's going to take us to travel to the next area. All right. I can't tell. I think we can get through there. I don't remember. So we will go forward and see. That's going to take us down there. I don't know. We might have to go around. Let's see what it looks like over there. That looks pretty blocked off. About over here. That's promising. Yeah, we're going to do that. Let's just do this. And hope. Hope we don't get ourselves trapped. Alright, I think this got us on the right path. So, another thing that you'll see a lot in game development and design is they do try to, like, this planet's obviously been in war, right? There's all kinds of fallen stuff. That can often create maze-like structures as you try to get through. But you can try to bend those rules a little bit like we did and just try to find the most efficient way through. I've been in guilds where they actually do guild races on speeders. And it's interesting because if you know the area or the map well enough, you will find certain things that there's just shortcuts that exist that maybe weren't ever intended, but it does make it quicker to get through. All right. Let's head this way. We have got dropship guards and then the alarm. So just to make sure that we get all the experience we can, we'll make sure, oh, it's in an instance, we should be fine. But we'll make sure we clear all of the guards. These guys count as guards? Let's hope so, because if so, oh yeah, this will go pretty quick. These guys will be pretty easy to kill. Because they are just normals, not strongs or golds, elites. All right. Oh, there's one strong. He's all by himself. Won't be too bad. All right, so what are we at? 50:28. I didn't really pay close attention to our travel time. That wasn't too bad. I would say I wouldn't worry too much about that one. I don't think we wasted a ton of time traveling. If you go back and get the Hoth videos, a little bit on Tatooine, there were definitely some times in those that it just felt like you were spending 3/4 of your time on the speeder and very little of your time actually doing the missions. All right, how many more do we need? Like 5 more. And so that got a little bit frustrating just because everything is so spread out. But again, like I said earlier, that is because it's designed for you to be doing other things in those areas, not just traveling from mission to mission. So I'll give the developers a pass on it. I don't think it's their fault that we're playing this way, but all right, where do we need to go? Look for the glowy button in the tent. There we go. All right, return to Garza, who is in the casino. Thankfully, there is a quick travel point to that. And so that'll make our lives a little bit easier. At least speed-wise. It's a general pattern. Getting to things the first time takes a while. But getting back usually isn't too terribly difficult because you have unlocked either the travel points or different things. So. All right, through the story we go. 400,000. The XP is definitely jumping up here. Now the question is, where are they sending us next? All right, looks like Labor Valley. We do have a heroic that looks pretty close up there. Biological warfare. So this will save us from having to take the tram. We will just quick travel up there. Now I hope we get close enough to, I don't know if we're going to make it over there. Ideally, what we would want would be to get close enough to the travel base there that we would actually unlock the quick travel point. But unless the missions naturally take us over that direction, I'm not thinking it's going to be worth driving over there, because just for the story missions, the class story missions, I don't think we're going to have to come back here. Now, we were playing for real, you know, and you would want to return. I got suckered in by the lore object and have to fight a guy. Was it worth it? Yep, 19,000. So I mentioned this in the Voss video. I pulled a lore object on Voss, and it gave us 383 experience. That one gave us 19,824. Now it could be because it had a codex entry. No, I think they're all codex entries. So yeah, there's definitely some inconsistencies. I think for whatever reason, some lore objects just don't have the right, you know, whether it's the code chunk or the attributes attached that get impacted by the XP boosts. All right, let's see where it sends us next. Yeah, we're still saying pretty close. Do like that. But if you see a lore object, again, it's just a little bit more experience. The 383 is kind of a waste, but I wouldn't turn down the 19,000. So we'll go ahead and take that. Okay, in we go. Oh, got more good guys. So travel and talk. So I think we're just going from cell to cell and rallying them. All right, back out we go. So again, you know, if you're playing the game and enjoying the stories and things like that, like this mission would probably be a little bit more fulfilling because you're not just spacebarring through the conversations. There's actually context there. And in my opinion, gameplay gains a lot. I think gameplay is number one when it comes to general game development, but story gives gameplay context. It gives us a reason to do things. Right now, the way I'm playing, all we're doing is flying, pressing button, flying, pressing button, or driving. And really probably not the most engaging gameplay if you think of it from that standpoint. But if you got into the story and you're enjoying the conversations and this is the climactic final battle and you're rallying all the troops together and really, you know, paying attention to these conversations, then this mission series right here actually makes a lot of sense. It's a good mission series. When it's just right click, space, 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 right click, space, 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 that's not the most engaging. So you have to keep that in mind, and hopefully nobody gets too terribly down on the game because of the way I'm playing it. All right, now my question is, I think we'll go north. I don't remember Labor Valley well enough. I think there's a big park up here. I don't think that's going to get us there. So without the map unlocked, I don't remember. But logically, it would make sense that we went this way. You could argue that going down this way might run us by our travel point. But I'm not willing to take the risk. And unfortunately, we don't have... Ooh, somebody shot us off our speeder. How dare he? I don't have a heroic mission up there. So we will have to do the travel. So what are we at? 5737. My gut tells me we will be arriving at the next mission right at the end of this episode, which will give us, I think, one more. I think we'll be able to finish up Corellia in the next episode and then call that the end of the original missions. I think I mentioned in the last episode, or maybe earlier in this one, then we'll have to decide where are we going next. Do we want to push all the way to 75? I think Ilum makes a lot of sense. Ilum was part of the original game, and so the spirit of kind of can you level to 75 with the original game stuff, I think would still be met by doing that. Yeah, we're good here. So that might be the way we end up going. And then we'll take stock at the end of Ilum and see, okay, did that actually work? I'm not 100%. I think you can cut through there, but I'm going to play it a little bit safe since we're really just kind of traveling this out, and we'll stick to the road. At that point, I would also argue that Ilum includes a flashpoint as part of its class story. I don't know, it's not really a class story. We call it a planet story. So if we do that, we might even get ambitious and unlock the flashpoint XP bonus as well, just to try to really push us over the edge. I think it's going to depend on where we end up after the end of Corellia. We're obviously going to hit 70. I'm not too worried about hitting 70. Is 71 in our sights? I think so. We still have a few areas to get through on Corellia. Is 72? 72 seems to be a stretch. But then we can see how many actual levels we could pull off on Ilum. So that's where I'm kind of leaning, and as far as where to go with this. I'm a little surprised. I actually thought we wouldn't even get to Corellia. I thought we would end up with level 75 far before we actually got to the end. So this is definitely did a little bit of a stretch on longer than I thought. All right. We are at the 9-hour mark. We're going to go ahead and stop the timer. We are level 69. We have 1,142,455 XP towards our next level. So this is where we will start. I'm thinking the last episode of Corellia, and then we will decide where we go next. All right. Thanks for watching. If you've watched all the episodes, we do appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. See ya.